Welcome back, friends. It's time for your Smart Money Minute with our good friend Andy Mattingly from Forum Credit Union.
That's right. Today, Andy is teaching us how to help your kids or maybe your grandkids to be smart financially when they're out on their own, out of the nest.
Yeah.
All that good
They
stuff.
need it, too.
They need it.
Exactly.
Andy, good to see you.
Because we
as
want them
always.
to be out of the nest.
We do.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Fly, little birds.
Yes.
So, Andy, let's start. What are some financial habits and smart things that young people need to be using now?
Yeah, so if they're headed off to college or they're starting their first job, the first thing you probably need to talk to them about is like having a spending plan. Because they might have access to a little bit more money and a little bit more time to spend. So
Sure.
you need to make sure they have a spending plan. Then talk to them about how to make it go farther. You know, college kids are going to have a lot of opportunities for discounts. Retailers love to, cater to them. So make sure
Sure.
they look for those, all of those types of things. So I think that's really important. And then the last one there, avoid impulse spends. Because, just get that first paycheck. Hey, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, and you got to make sure it lasts a little bit longer. So those are three things you need to get them to start doing right from the beginning.
That little dopamine rush when you hit
Exactly.
So just avoid that if you can, young people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously. There's still lessons we're learning as adults, but I know oftentimes we might forget what it's like having those brand new financial experiences. So what
Yeah.
are some of those reminders that they might encounter?
It's first that you need to pay things on time. Like if they're rent and different things like that, so that they need to be timely with payments. Because it's the first time they probably have to really do it themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
All through high school, parents have always taken care of those things. And then it's not missing deadlines, whether it's things with school, things with getting things turned in at work to make sure they get all of the things that they need to have, and all of that. So they need to do that. And then just how to make money decisions. A lot of college kids, even starting in the fall, they'll start thinking about, well, where am I going to live next year? And start thinking about what apartment and how much it's going to cost. And they need to understand that there's the apartment cost and there's the food and all of those things. So you need to help them get a framework of you've got to look short term and long term.
Sure.
Can you really afford this?
Especially if you flash forward, which I know not a ton of people, I wasn't thinking of this at my age, but like looking out a decade and being like, hey, I might want to get my first home, like your credit score can get impacted by so many of these things early. So let's talk about that. So fraud and scams. Should parents be concerned about their kids getting targeted?
Yeah, because you know what? Text scams and email phishing and even on social media sites, there's just a bunch of opportunities out there. So you need to let them be aware that those things happen. You've probably protected them a little bit or they know that. But when they get out there, their information gets out more, so there's going to be more access to people trying to take things from them. So you need to help them with that. Online ordering sites. We talked about the impulse buys. So they went out looking for things that, they order something and it doesn't show up, or it's something that they didn't plan for to show up. So, talk to them about how it's important to maybe use a credit card or debit card so you have some protection there so that you can get that money back. And, the last one is, at some point they're going to have a stolen debit or credit card number, and that's just to making sure that they're looking at their account, calling their financial institution, because a lot of times at this age, parents can't do it for them, of how to go through that, get that new card, get things shut off, and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you
We
actually have
probably
to-
all have that happen to us.
Gosh, and it's a nightmare every
or
time
you
it
don't
happens.
know where it is. They might leave it at their card at a bar.
Yes.
They got to be looking out
for those things.
So what about things maybe parents should encourage their kids to do?
Well, one thing is making sure they set up, they probably have the mobile app, but having them turn on notifications and alerts so they know what's going on with their account, they know how much money it's on there. Even with school, so that they don't miss deadlines and things. And then this last one is freezing their credit. Once you turn 18, credit cards and loans can be taken out of your name. So if their information gets stolen, someone might start opening up accounts in their name and they don't know it. So you can freeze your credit and then you can turn it on and off when they need to apply for credit. But it's something smart to think about if you have 18 to 21-year-olds to think about getting their credit frozen.
That's great. Start putting those practices in place now. Future you will thank you, Andy, and thank you for always just providing these great resources. You can check in with Andy and his team at Forum Credit Union at forumcu.com or give them a follow at Forum Talk on Twitter and their YouTube channel as well. Andy, thanks as always.
Thank
Great.
you,
Good to see
Andy.
you.
Yeah.
We love your tips. We always appreciate it.
We do.
Thank you.